Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making plantain soup. It's a soup that it's very typical in the Caribbean and also in parts of Africa. So if you don't know what to do with this little rascal, I'll tell you. Us Puerto Ricans make a lot of things with this. We make mofongo, we make piononos, we make tons of dishes. So a lot of people don't know what to do with this unless you're from the tropics. So today we're going to make a soup with this and pigeon peas. Pigeon peas is a pea that grows very common in the Caribbean. They're very high in iron. So what you're going to be needing, this is a very typical Puerto Rican dish. It usually has like pork and stuff in it, but of course we're vegan, so we're going to make it very simple. I have here 8 cups of vegetable broth. I have here turmeric, poultry seasoning, cumin, thyme, and oregano. Okay. Sofrito, which if you follow me, you know you're very familiar with this. So you're going to be needing some of that. The liquid smoke is what's going to give you that pork flavor. Soy sauce, the liquid aminos, coconut aminos, whatever you want to use. You're going to need some liquid aminos, or like I said, soy sauce or whatever. Salt, pepper, and I'm going to show you here. I have a red pepper that I've been broiling so it's nice and charred. Okay, this gives you a nice flavor. So we're going to go ahead and take it out of the oven, put it in a container, and seal it. That'll make it easy to peel. Unless you want to buy the pimento in the containers, you know, that they sell at the grocery store, you can do that. I'm going to leave that there for a while. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to peel this. I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds each one. Then you cut the ends off. Okay? Where you see these ridges, cut it along any of those ridges, because those ridges are they'll support the peeling back. And then slightly peel it back with the tip of your knife and just peel back. So if you don't microwave this for 30 seconds, I'll tell you, it's almost impossible to peel. You actually have to peel it back with a knife. So, away that goes. Then scrape it to get all those little bits off of it. And then what you're going to do, you're going to cut them almost like chips. You see? Like little chips. Alright, so once you do that, you're going to either deep fry it or coat it like I do. I have an air fryer. Just coat it with a little bit of oil on the top. That'll give you a nice color. You can do the same thing. You can just coat it with a little bit of vegetable oil or canola oil and throw it in the air fryer. This is the air fryer here. See how they look? They come out like little chips. If you don't have an air fryer, if you want to eliminate some of the oil, just throw it in the oven and bake them. Or if you don't have an issue with the oil, just go ahead and deep fry it. I have a little bit of I have the pan going here. Get that nice and hot. And then I'm going to go ahead and just water saute the sofrito. In the meantime, in your vegetable broth that you have here, you can go ahead and add your plantains. I have 5 plantains in total. The reason I do this, if you don't get the plantains with that nice dark color, that's flavor right there. You can always take the plantain and just throw it in there and cook it, but this actually gives it a nice, somewhat smoky flavor to it. So that's why the reason I do that. Then add a teaspoon of liquid smoke. And then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce or whatever you use, coconut aminos or tamari, whatever. So 2 tablespoons of that. And once this cooks up a little bit, we'll go ahead and throw it in there. The soup is very quick to be made, so. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cook this up. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's the sofrito. Notice this dried up quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and add all the spices, which is again poultry seasoning, cumin, thyme, turmeric, and oregano. And a little bit of water. If you're not using water, you can use a tablespoon or 2 of oil. Nice thick paste. Some of you might be thinking, wow, your water sauteing, why don't you just throw it in the soup? Well, actually, this actually develops flavor. Because all the flavors are very concentrated, so they infuse with each other. Unlike if you throw it in the soup, the flavors don't really meld together because they're not as concentrated. So that's why I do this. This extra step is actually tons of flavor. So go ahead and throw this in your soup with the plantains. I went ahead and I put the plantains that I had in the air fryer over there. I threw them in here. Okay. So, and let's wash this baby up. Believe it or not, the soup is almost ready. That's done. Now we're going to take this and go here, and we're going to go ahead and not all the plantains, just some of them, throw them in here with the broth. This is like a slightly chunky, creamy soup, but it's not completely creamy. There we are. You see I left some of the plantains. So we're going to go ahead and cover this up.
No,
always put a towel over it in case, because it's hot, and start off on low. Don't start off on high, because you don't want this burning you. So, blend it. Alright. Here we are, guys. See how nice and creamy that is? Take some of your broth, pour it in there, get all that deliciousness out of there. Stir it all up. You see how it starts developing? It's a little bit watery, but that will thicken. Now we're going to put this on the stove at a simmer for about a good 20 minutes. Okay, so put that on a simmer. Put your pigeon peas. Add your salt. Some cracked pepper. Stir it up and taste it for salt. See how it's looking, guys? Look how beautiful that looks. That'll thicken up a little bit. So let me taste it for salt. Oh my God, that's good. It needs a little more salt. Total probably about a teaspoon. Taste it again for salt. So we're gonna go ahead and let this simmer on low. And then over here, we're gonna go ahead with our red pepper. You can do this at your own convenience. You see how it's nice? The skin almost starts falling off. You see? Peel it all off. And I just put this in the broiler for about 20 minutes. I just kept every 2 or 3 minutes I kept rotating it until you get that nice charred look on it. And this will give a nice sweetness to the soup. This is totally optional. You don't have to do this. So just cut it into strips. And it looks pretty in the soup when you serve it. Okay. Again, you can buy it in a jar, but why buy stuff with preservatives when you can have it all natural at home? So I'll throw that in about 5 or 10 minutes before the soup is done. And I'll show you the next step in a few minutes. I'll be back. So here we are. Okay, this is what the soup looks like. 20 minutes have gone by. See how nice and creamy and silky? See? At this point, we're going to go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of cilantro. And you don't want to cook this through because you want the flavor. If you don't like cilantro, you don't have to add it. You can use flat leaf parsley. Okay? Turn off your flame. And I also wanted to stress 20 minutes, but every 2 or 3 minutes go in and stir it. Because if not, it will stick to the bottom of the pan and it will form a crust, or it could actually even burn. So stir it up very well. And then you have 2 options. Throw in all the pimentos or some of the pimentos. If you want to decorate your dishes when you serve it, I leave a couple pimentos out. You know, it's all about presentation. So, and here we are. And stir it up. Grab your bowl. Serve it up. And this would make this is very filling. It's like almost having a lead. It's like almost having a lead weight in your stomach. So here's the soup. Put your little bit of cilantro and a little bit of pimento. And this is what it looks like, guys. All right. It's very tasty. This one is totally 100% oil free. Again, it doesn't have to be. If you want to fry the plantains, go right ahead. If you don't have an air fryer, you can use the oven. Well, it's not totally oil free because I did coat the plantains, but it's a lot less calories. So thanks for tuning in. Now you know what to do with those plantains. And if you have any questions, please put the comments down there. I'll also put the link for the sofrito in the comments also. And again, thanks for tuning in. And live compassionately and veg on, guys. Peace.